All right, so today is Wednesday, March 13th, and AKTX, I finally had my first trade of the day. I did not get the big morning spike, didn't get the whole cake, but I got a piece of the pie, right? So AKTX, just about being a stock sniper, waiting for your trade, not forcing it, waiting for that best potential, and going from there. So as we could see right here, we are seeing a very big rip. We're seeing a very big run. We're seeing very big activity where this thing has gone from $2 and spiked all the way up to $6, right? This is huge. This is a very big spike so far. And, with that being said, this stock has all the attention towards it. It's currently up 169%. If we want to look over on Yahoo Finance right here, we can break this down into this stock is up 164%, 167, 168. You can see how active it is. 4 hours ago, it's a stock rockets on massive volume after successful pre-FDA meeting. So it did have a press release that came out 6 hours ago that says we have meetings on our stem cells, and it's talking about positive, a positive meeting, a successful meeting. And where can we see those keywords? These keywords and positive, AKTX. We could see, where is this at? March 13th. The meeting outlines right here, and we're talking about. We have our meeting path ahead right here. Okay, cool. And I believe, where was the CEO statement right here? Announced in relation to our first two patients have observed a rapid reduction of markets of complement activation. So yeah, as you can see, it was just, a successful meeting. I wasn't really a huge fan of this, I wasn't really a huge fan of this press release here. It was clinically meaningful treatment. So, we have clinical meaningful treatment. Meaningful is always a great thing. We estimated a rate more than 80% in children with this disease. So they're trying to, again, cure it. And they have this meeting right now, which is considered successful. But why did AKTX really take off in a strong manner, guys? This is kind of just the one the mob moved into. I will tell you right now, Dek, is this the biggest press release you ever seen in your life? Positive FDA meeting outlines. Oh, what am I doing? I'm blacking out right here. Positive FDA meeting. I'm looking inside here for the word positive. Yep, positive FDA meeting outlines path ahead for, this company. Is that, the most amazing press release in the world? Not really, to be completely honest. It does have the word positive. But, other than that, it's not really anything too crazy, right? It's not really anything, too wild. Positive FDA meeting, and, that's good, but it's not saying we have, any sort of cure. It's not saying we have positive phase 2 trials or phase 3. We haven't reached our endpoints, anything like that. So, this one did catch me a little off guard this morning when it started going so quick. And I didn't hop in on this one. It started picking up on our radar. We started really discussing it at around 260. And we had so many people bank on it this morning. Again, I did not touch this one. I did not touch this one this morning. I'm not going to sit here and be like, hey, I made hundreds to thousands of dollars on this play. I'm happy, again, the chat did. You could see 2,600, 2,500, 270, 70, 186, $500, 340, 530, 312, 567, and the list just keeps on going on and on. So that was awesome to see you guys doing that this morning. I, again, felt like if I hopped in, I would be going against everything that I teach. And what do I teach to you guys? Stay disciplined. Don't let emotions take over. Don't have FOMO, fear of missing out. Wait for a bounce play. Wait for a more easy opportunity. So the last thing I was going to do was see a stock go from $2 to, let's say, $4, and then for me to just, hop in at, 4 or 5 and that thing to turn on me and then come back down. That's not being a good mentor. That's not being a good teacher. That's not, showing basically new traders the proper way to trade by chasing stocks. So what did I want to do right here? I said, hey, let me wait for the best bounce potential. And I followed the stock from $3.60 to $4 to $5, all the way up towards around $5.60, waiting for a bounce play. And as you can see, that bounce play really never came. We did get a nice one right around this 450 mark, which is great. And then from there, what started happening? We started having that 450 right here. We had a little 470 right here. And then we got this nice big rip and nice big run. So, Dek, if you missed this big time run up, where did you finally get in? And I finally got in right before the crack that just happened. I got in right here, and I got in at the price of $548, $544. I had 1,100 shares go in at $548, and then I had $5.44 at 100 shares. So my cost basis was still at $548. Then the stock went on a beautiful rip and spiked all the way up towards around that 575, 580-ish mark. So why did I get in on these areas? What made me say, hey, you know what? This is the time to get in. This is going to be the rip. This is going to be the run. Because as I say, guys, as a day trader, as a stock sniper, right? All we want to do is be able to find one area of predictability. Yes, did AKTX go on a beautiful climb right here? Absolutely. Could you have made money right here? Yes. Could you have made money right here? Yes. Could you have made money right here? Yes. And could you have made money right here? Yes. Being a day trader isn't about predicting what the whole entire day is going to do. Being a day trader is about finding one pattern, finding one setup, finding one area where you can say to yourself, hey, this stock has a lot of resistance here. If it breaks it, buying volume is going to come in. This stock has a lot of support at this area. If it comes down to it, it should bounce off of it. This stock just came out with a good press release. It's going to go on a very nice spike, and so on and so forth. So if I miss, let's say the morning rip, I'm not going to chase that. I'm not going to get in at an area where I don't think it's going to be smart, not only for me as a trader, but also as you guys looking up to me and, me teaching you guys how to trade. So I didn't, get in at the morning. So where have I been watching? I've just been watching this thing over lunch, being inside this channel, waiting for this possible rip, waiting for this possible run. And where I really wanted to get in, guys, was really at the break of 530 or 540. That's what I was really looking at. Because what you can see right here is what? AKTX, right around lunch hour is what happens. At 11 o'clock, it runs up and hits its main high, which is all the way up towards around 560. But we can see, if we make this a little bit bigger probably, we can see probably right here is right around 535. We have this upper shadow at like 535. Here's 535. Here's a little bit of 540. Here's right around 530. Here's a nice break all the way up to 560, but then here's like 530, 530. Here's a nice pop and run up towards around 550. Here's 530, 535, 535. Drop on down. Here's 535. Here's 535. Here's right around 535, 540. So what was I waiting for, guys? I wanted to wait for a clear, 540 break. That's what I wanted. I wanted volume, and I wanted 530, 535, 540 break. All right, and that's what I was really watching for. So that's kind of where my first, head is at. All right, I'm saying to myself, my first game plan is I know 535-ish is going to be strong resistance. If it can break 535, that's where, again, I could see a lot of big time potential. Right? That's what I'm saying to myself. Now, how do I know where to pull the trigger? Because look at this. It broke it right here and fell. 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 So now I have to be as a day trader and figure out where's the best setup. Where can I enter? Well, I do know this, and let's break this down in a couple different areas. All right, we're going to break this down in a couple different areas. I do know what? I do know from this mark right here to this mark. Where are we at right here? To this mark right here. What is this? What area is this right here? This is lunch hours, right? This is 12 to 2, 12 o'clock, and this is right around 2 o'clock right here. All right, so that's 12 o'clock, and this is 2 o'clock, and we know 12 to 2 is usually the slowest time. Now, we got some activity in here. We got some volume in here, but usually 12 to 2 is the slowest time of the day. Now, how else can we see that 12 to 2 is usually the slowest time? Well, if we want to break this down, what can we see? We can see right here, right till we get to about 12 o'clock. What do we notice? I noticed a big bar of volume right here. Look at that big chunk of volume. We're going up, 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 and it starts fading as lunch hours come, right? And then, let's say we right around 2 o'clock. Let's put our 2 o'clock line right here. What do we see right here? This is going to be our lunchtime. All right, so this is our lunchtime, basically not really too much. And now what are we starting to see? Basically we started seeing a little bit more volume start coming back on in right here. Right, a little bit more volume start coming back on in as basically lunch hours are over. Right, so this right here is usually the slower time, and I usually don't ever trade. I usually don't ever trade between the hours of 12 to 2 just because I don't want to get caught up in any sort of dump or anything like that. I don't want to get, caught in a stock and just kind of sit there and hope that it's going to be moving on up. So I'm saying to myself, all right, I usually don't want to trade between 12 to 2. I know right now this is a very hot stock, and I know right now I'm looking for a break of 535. All right, so what else? What am I thinking right now? If I know that I'm looking for the break of 535 and I don't want to buy, let's say, from 12 to 2, I could just say to myself, hey, after 2 o'clock, the next time it comes up to 535, that's where I can look for my entry. What else can I look at? Well, I can turn this into a possible pattern that I know. What pattern would this be right here? This would be a third touch channel breakout pattern, right? So again, what would be my setup? I have 1 right here. I have 2 right here. And I have my third touch channel breakout, all due to this resistance right here. So we have our 1 touch, bada boom, our 2 touch, bada boom, and this is our third touch, bada boom, looking for the breakout. Now, did we get that big time breakout right here? And what do I mean by that big time breakout? Usually we're looking for, something along the lines as like this, right? Where we have our 1 touch, our 2 touch, and looking for it right here, our third touch, get our big time breakout, right? Our 1 touch, 2 touch, looking for our third touch, and looking for our big time breakout. We look for that a lot. We look for like ZAIS. So we look for our 1 touch right here, our 2 touch, and our third touch breakout. And then we got a nice rip and run right here. So if you're asking me, why did I buy at the area I did? Well, I have a 1 touch, a 2 touch, and then I'm looking for the third touch breakout. And I wish it ran all the way up to $6 plus. But I locked in my profit just because I'm on a smaller account and I want to, make sure I'm making some money. So all the reasons on why I bought in at the time I did, when it did go on a new high of the day and ripped all the way up towards around that, 575, 580-ish mark. How was I able to predict this? Number 1, it was the top gainer of the morning. All eyes are on it. Stock had good positive news. Not the most amazing news, I'll be honest with you, but it's still, good solid news. Number 2, that this stock, since it had all the eyes, all the volume, it held its gains. This is a top gainer, and traders are definitely looking to make more money out of this, right? I know I didn't want to chase this play because that would just be bad trading in general. So I wanted to wait for either a pullback or the next break of resistance. I don't ever want to trade between 12 to 2 because that's usually fake out breakout time, or that's, unpredictability time. So I waited until after 2 o'clock, and I also turned this into a third touch channel breakout pattern, where I waited for the break of 535, because if I put my resistance line on top of the board, I could see 535 as the common consensus area. I got filled even a little after 535, and I got filled all the way up at 548. So again, I'm not even saying I got filled at the perfect area. Now, with that being said, credibility is everything to me. So let me actually screenshot this and bring it over to you guys, because I don't want to just be talking and be like, oh yeah, I got in on this play, I made this money, and not even show you guys. So let me bring that over right here for you. So yeah, so that's always so important. As always, guys, we have our small account challenge starting up on March 25th, as you guys know. So we are starting up on March 25th, and I will be showing every P&L. I'm going to be showing all my trades live. And, we are going to be getting towards that, absolutely. So, there's never going to be a time where I'm just going to show you a little screenshot of a green number and I'm going to say, yep, that's my profit. Because, again, I don't want any doubts of people saying, oh, he's paper trading. Oh, he's trading on a sim. Oh, that's not real trading. Because guess what? There are a lot of people who do that, trade on simulators and just take screenshots of it, and they're not risking any sort of money whatsoever, right? And that's not what I'm going to do as a real mentor, as a real person who wants to help you guys become the most successful you can be. I'm going to be trading, of course, my real money, because, again, this is what I do. I'm going to be trading my alerts, and I'm going to be live streaming the whole entire thing to you. So, as you guys can see right here, this is it. And as always, bada boom, here is my account number on TD Ameritrade. So, again, that is my real account. Got in at 548 right here. So, 548, 544. So you can see right there, AKTX, and I got in at 217, got out at 218. So got in at 217, got out at 218, just like that. So not too bad. Not too shabby of a play. You could see it did have a strong pullback after it couldn't get the big breakout. But, I'm very happy with that play on the fact that I didn't chase. I didn't let emotions take over. I could have gotten a better entry on a bounce play, but I waited. I came out profitable. I locked in my money when I have it. And, again, I'm growing my account. Right now, again, I'm just trading every other day. I'm switching back and forth between like a $3,000 account and a $5,000 account. And I'm just getting ready for the small account challenge because I've been trading my bigger account for like the past probably 5 to 6 months now. So that's why I just want to kind of warm back up into some smaller shares, make sure I'm locking in my money when I haven't, making sure my strategy still works. Yesterday made $250 today, same exact ballpark. So everything's going very smooth for the challenge coming on up, and I'm very excited. So awesome job for everyone who's been able to make some nice money so far, and looking forward to seeing what's going to be coming up next. Great job.